What's good, YouTube? It's about to put better back with another banger. Today we're gonna be reacting to black men were disrespected on live TV. Man, if you haven't seen the clip, I guess it was a guy with Tourette's. He blurted out a slur while two, black men were on stage, and yeah, it went viral. So if you haven't seen that shit, man, look, you living under a rock, because even I seen that shit and I don't never see shit. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, let's get straight to the video. Let's do it.
So we are almost 3 months into this new year of 2026, and a lot has already transpired. Yesterday was the 79th anniversary of the British Academy Film Awards. At this ceremony, two black actors, they spoke, Delroy, Lindo, and Michael B. Jordan from the Film Centers. Now, while they were talking, I want you all to listen very closely, okay?
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
We're here to celebrate the...
So while speaking, they were called N-word, B-word. On Black History Month, two black actors. Now here's the kicker, y'all. The person who said it, he has a disability. He got Tourette's syndrome.
The man who called Michael B. Jordan the N-word today said this.
Sometimes my text will shout the N-word,
that can get you in trouble.
People misunderstand that and they see it as being racist. And that's one thing, I ain't racist.
You just can't control what's coming out of your...
can't control what is supposed to not be said.
It's very hard, because if you're standing out there and you shout out the N-word or the B-word, and someone's walking past, they're going to think you're just being rude or racist. Can it be triggered?
Triggers are a massive thing for Tourette's, being in a social space like this. Things like certain noises outside can trigger tics. Someone walking along the street that's maybe a bit overweight, and I'm like,
Someone said, so we're overlooking disabilities now? Got it. It's like people learning about Tourette's for the first time ever. Give the man a break. Everyone's just making excuses for him. No accountability at all. He was able to speak right there, but he didn't apologize. He was just saying, okay, I have a disability. Okay, like, we understand that, but can you apologize? What are the odds of when two black people are up there, you just do that on accident? That is crazy to me. The way that they film these awards.
That's why folks are starting to, look at Tourette's as... Because it does, like, once you think about it, it does kind of make sense a little bit. So you mean to tell me he didn't say that shit when there was any white people on stage, when they was talking, doing all their, babbling, whatever, right? He didn't do that then. He didn't say, he didn't call them nothing. You feel me? Did he? Did he? What else did he say on there? Excuse me, what else did he say on there before it got to Michael B. Jordan and the other dude? I forgot his name. I know I've seen him somewhere before. I just don't know his name. But yeah, like, did he say anything before those two got on stage? That's my question. Cause if he waited till them two got on stage and then the, you know what I'm saying, like the Tourette started acting up, and then he randomly blurted the N-word, then it just kind of like, you feel me? It just doesn't make sense, because why didn't that come out when there was any white people on stage? It would have just been something that just happened. You feel me? Like, hey, I must be
like later. It's not live. They didn't edit that out. Better yet, I bet you if someone would have made anti-Semitic remarks, it would have got cut out. But these people do not respect black people. There's no repercussions. That's why trends like black fatigue was so big. Everybody can come together and talk down on black people. Nobody cares. They don't respect us. We the universal punching bag. It's like, oh, you do something to black people, cool.
And this was obviously very important for Tourette's syndrome as well. Tonight, John Davidson was there, and in the broadcast, you could hear him shouting quite a lot, and some words that people will have found offensive. But
yeah.
What would you say about that?
Well, first of all, they're ticks. He's ticking, and we have to understand that the way we perceive Tourette's is a joint responsibility. It's not shouting obscenities. It's not being abusive. It's Tourette's and they're ticks. And so if it can lead to a deeper understanding of Tourette's syndrome and what ticks actually are, then I think if our movie is a part of that conversation, then that's a really incredible thing.
Once again, just no type of accountability. I hope that Michael B. Jordan, Delroy, Lindo, they never go back to those awards. Okay, don't go back there. Any black actors, especially my black American actors, do not go back over there.
Hannah Beachler, who's the production designer on Sinners, who was at the BAFTAs tonight, has confirmed that the incident regarding the slur with John Davidson was not the only occurrence. She posted this thread onto Twitter. I keep trying to write about what happened at the BAFTAs and I can't find the words. The situation is almost impossible, but it happened 3 times that night And one of the 3 times was directed at myself on the way to dinner after the show. And a 3rd time at a Black woman. I understand and deeply know why this is an impossible situation. I know we must handle this with grace and continue to push through. But what made the situation worse was the throwaway apology of if you were offended at the end of the show. Of course we're offended, but our frequency and our spiritual vibration is tuned to a higher level than what happened. I am not steel. This did not bounce off me, but I exist above it. It can't take away from who I am as an artist. I genuinely hate this for the entire Sinners team. The fact that they were subjected to this on and off camera is just abhorrent, and the BAFTAs need to post a public apology, as well as John Davidson, because you have half of the internet and damn near the whole country of Europe, because you have half the internet and damn near the whole UK calling Black people ableist for not being okay with racism. The fact that this happened multiple times to the Black people of this film is not okay, and I don't want to hear any excuses.
It's just crazy though. I really believe that the power of hate is very strong. I hear countless stories of, you know, Black caretakers, and they're watching over these white elderly patients. They're like 80, 90 years old with bad dementia, can't remember their kids.
Man, my mom told me stories about shit like this, man, cause again, like I be saying this in most of my videos, I'm Haitian. You feel me? I was born here, most definitely, but my parents are Haitian. So that makes me Haitian. But with that being said, like my mom would tell me, like, when she was doing the what's that RN stuff. Oh my gosh. She first came here, she said, man, it was horrible. I have some family members that have done that shit, bro. It's not, I don't think that's a nurse, but it was like some type of, I don't know what it was, but it was definitely some you know, like stuff in the doctor field thing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you do to help people and shit like that. She told me it was horrible. That shit was horrendous. Disrespectful, mean as fuck. They don't remember shit sometimes. Definitely, they don't be remembering shit. And then they be grumpy as hell, all types of shit, man.
They husbands,
it'd be crazy.
they wives, all types of things, right? But you know what they do remember? Their hatred for Black people.
Yep. I'm a travel CNA, so I go to different facilities and work. And I remember I was working at one facility, right? And I was helping out this lady. And afterwards, I went back to the nurse's station to chill. And maybe like 15, 20 minutes later, she had came out of her room, came up to the nurse's station, and was showing off some drawings she drew on her arm to the nurse. And I had peeped over. Y'all, tell me why this lady had swastikas, KKK, and love written all up and down her arm. Miss Man, why? Had I known that's how you really felt, probably would have left that shit in your diaper all night.
You can't tell me racism isn't that deep, because why when they start losing all their memories, they remember that they hate Black people.
Yeah, I worked at a nursing home at a dementia unit. I had a few racist incidents, but these are the 2 that really stuck with me. I was feeding this old lady at the table, and she was singing a nursing rhyme or whatever, and then she looked over at me and said, I said, what you say? She said, you know, went back to her dementia state or whatever. But I said, y'all remember that y'all racist, but y'all can't remember y'all damn daughter name. Y'all can't remember how to do basic functions, but y'all remember racism. That shit is way too deep for me. That's how it's giving a curse. It's giving.
That is true, bro. There's always an incident. I've always heard incidents on this shit before, though. Definitely, they do be racist as shit. Because, again, what she said is just like, why is it that you're able to remember the fact that you're racist, but you're not able to remember the fact that your name and everything else existed before that? But you remember you being racist. You remember that. That's the most important thing, bro. This is why some folks be saying we live in a simulation, bro. And I'm not even finna get into that shit. It's just that, bro, this is why some people be saying we live in a simulation. And after all that Epstein shit, bro, I was thinking, bro, like, these motherfuckers was using humans as test subjects and shit. So, like, be using humans as test subjects. So who's to say they ain't tweaking up these fucking disabilities that motherfuckers is talking about, man? Like, think about that shit, bro. Or I must be crazy. I don't know. I must be crazy, bro. Let me stop.
It's given a curse that was placed.
That's what I said,
bro. I don't really want to get that much power to it, but this is just my theory. And this other lady, she was like, yeah, I used to play with colored people all the time when I was younger, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, we really don't say colored anymore. We just say Black people. She said, oh, I used to play with Black people all the time. So, you know, I feel like they have a little inkling sometimes. They, like, come back or whatever. But she was saying colored people. She remembers black people from her childhood because that's what they really revert back to, and then they come back out of it sometimes and remember their kids, their moms, their dads, or whatever. But I'm saying, like, that shit is so spiritual to me. Like, these people are really out here to get our goddamn energy. You can't tell me no goddamn different, bro.
But we gonna end this video off right here, and I just want to say this to everybody watching. I will continue to talk about racism. I will always continue to buck against white supremacy. And none of you niggas will ever make me feel bad for doing it. If I can get the amount of people in my comments that tell me, oh, bro, you're race obsessed. Oh, all you do is talk about racism. All you talk about is black and white. I always will. Everything is rooted in race.
Yes.
White folks made up the concept of race. And in 2026, bro, especially like younger black people, Gen Z, it's too many of these niggas that's just buck broken, in my opinion. They be letting their white friends say the N-word. They don't say shit against racism, bro. I'm trying to break that. Reason I started these channels is because of all of the anti-blackness I was seeing online. And in response to that, I was searching for other black people that talked out against it, and I didn't find that many. The ones that I did find, shit, they weren't that big. So now I have a platform, and now I'm gonna always do it. And I hopefully can inspire other black people to talk out about it. The disrespect of black people, black Americans, black, anything black is just global and worldwide. We have to stop allowing this disrespect. Stop spending money with these folks. Stop kicking it with these folks. Stop letting them think you one of the good ones. But yeah, man, let me chill out.
Man, look, bro. Hey, all of this is most definitely true. People can't tell people to stop talking about racism and stuff like that when that's the main topic. That's the main topic in everything. You know what I'm saying? That's the main topic even in politics, bro. That's the main thing. Oh yeah, whenever people want to bring up black families and white families, oh yeah, on average, black people do this, black people do that. On average, white people own businesses, like, bro. Oh yeah, Asian people, when it comes to education, are at the top of the totem, bro. Everything is rooted around race, bro, and ethnicity and all types of shit. Mainly race, if we're keeping it a buck. Mainly race. But with that being said, that's the end of the video. If y'all like the video, like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification button if y'all want to stay updated on the next video. Let me know in the comment section down below what y'all think, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.